The moment everyone's been waiting for might finally be here. Shedeur Sanders could be making his long-awaited return to the game, and yes, it might just be against the New York Jets. The shocking hint came straight from Shedeur himself in a leaked video that's now spreading like fire. But the real question is, should we believe it? Is Shedeur truly coming back? Or is this just his optimism and a dream that might never become real? And if he is returning, is his career finally safe? Or is he being brought back just for face saving? Or worse, is there a darker plan at play? Could Stefanski, who's already on the edge of termination, be setting Shedeur up for failure by making him lead an already collapsed offense? Let's find out.
One of you guys. Now, we know one of the hottest storylines in the NFL is Shedeur Sanders going to start this New York Jets game because we know Dillon Gabriel's bad. I mean, he's really, really bad. And I don't want to hear people say, well, we shouldn't prey on Dillon downfall. We didn't have to prey on Dillon downfall. We already knew Dillon downfall was going to come regardless because he ain't like that. Never been like that. Never going to be like that. And why in the hell is he even in the game like that? That's what I'm talking about.
Shedeur has to come back now. There is no other option left because what's really hard to watch is Dillon Gabriel's total lack of game sense and honestly, the lack of brain cells as well. Every time he's on the field, it feels like he has no idea what he's doing. His passes are short and his decisions make no sense at all. He literally is a gimmick player. He looks nervous and confused once the game goes off script. The Browns can't keep trusting him just because of blind loyalty. He has been terrible, and the whole team is paying the price for it. The fans are tired of this ridiculous show. Dillon has failed, and everyone knows it. But the real problem here is Kevin Stefanski. He keeps pretending everything's fine when it's clearly not. It's like he's living in denial, or his ego is too big to even realize his mistake. He keeps defending Dillon as if protecting him will somehow fix the situation, but it won't. Stefanski's stubbornness is ruining the team. His so-called offensive mind has become a running joke now. Every game feels like proof that he's lost touch with reality. And the worst part? It looks like he's more worried about saving his own image than saving the Browns. He just can't admit that he made a bad choice. That's why Shedeur's return is not just needed, it's urgent. He's the only one who can bring some hope and life back into this team. Shedeur has the skill and the mindset that the Browns are missing right now. He plays smart, he plays strong, and he gives people a reason to believe again. If the Browns want to stop sinking, Stefanski needs to step aside and let Shedeur take over. Because at this point, bringing Shedeur back isn't just about giving him a chance, it's about saving the entire season. And that's what he said. He's getting ready. Refusing the so-called homecoming, Shedeur just dropped a major hint that he might be coming back very soon. And if he actually makes it to the game against the Jets, this could be one of the biggest turning points for the Browns. A decision that honestly should have been made way earlier. Because if they had just trusted Shedeur instead of wasting time on Dillon Gabriel, the Browns would have been saved from all this humiliation. It's not even a debate anymore. Dillon's failure has already proved how bad the coaching judgment has been. Week after week, the offense has looked lifeless, and the whole system has fallen apart. And seriously, just look at his college stats. 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 74% completion rate in his final season. That's massive, man. Those are the kind of numbers you expect from a first-round draft pick. Still, he ended up being the fifth-round pick. What type of joke that is? Yet, he hasn't played a single regular season snap, not one. That's beyond unfair. It's a sheer insult. Especially when you've got a rookie like Gabriel out there with zero real experience. The disaster was written all over it, and we saw the result when the Browns got crushed by the Patriots. If that wasn't a wake-up call, I don't know what is.
Now, we don't know what type of treatment he's talking about. My guess will be the back injury. A lot of people thought that the back injury, even me, y'all, even me, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take accountability, you know what I'm saying? Because I definitely thought that back injury was fake. I didn't think it was real. I just gotta be honest, bro, because you can't trust the Cleveland Browns. You can't trust them right now. You can't trust the reports that come out. You can't trust the depth chart. You can't trust shit from Cleveland, bro. And my bad, Shedeur, bro.
One more shocking thing that came out of this leaked footage was Shedeur mentioning that he's going to get a treatment, and now everyone's losing their minds over it. Does that mean he's injured? Is there something we don't know? Because that statement dropped like a bomb. It left fans wondering if there's actually something going on behind the scenes that's being hidden from the public. But then again, it just doesn't make sense. We've all seen Shedeur practicing in full motion, throwing, running drills, looking completely fine with no sign of pain, no physical limitation at all. That's why this sudden talk of treatment sounds fishy. Maybe he meant something else entirely. Or maybe this was deliberately twisted to create chaos before his expected return. Either way, it's strange how every time Shedeur's comeback seems close, some new rumor or confusion suddenly appears. Like someone is trying to blur the truth just enough to keep him off the field a little longer.
They ever intended.
Now, many people were saying that it's the Stefanski don't like Shedeur. Somebody said Stefanski was racist. I can't say that he is or he ain't racist. The one thing I can tell you, he ain't playing Shedeur. I think we all could say he ain't playing Shedeur. Then we all know how bad Dillon Gabriel is. And for whatever reason, he decided not to play the homeboy, man. Boy, oh boy. I think somebody said that.
And honestly, no one's ready to buy whatever the Browns management says at this point, especially not when Kevin Stefanski is involved. His credibility is already at rock bottom after everything he's done to Shedeur. The man has gone from being called a head coach to an absolute clown for all the wrong reasons. He's the last person fans would ever trust with an update on Shedeur's condition. Let's not forget how Stefanski made things uglier when Shedeur was publicly ready to play, but was still called off without any clear reason. It looked intentional, like a personal agenda instead of a team decision. And now this talk about treatment just adds more smoke to the fire. The whole situation feels staged, like an attempt to slow down Shedeur's return story and keep the spotlight elsewhere. Until there's solid proof, no one's believing a single word that comes out of that management's mouth. Especially when it sounds like another one of Stefanski's tricks to cover his own mess.
I think the cap's all right. Stefanski know he probably finna get fired. Now, he plays Shedeur, right? Shedeur go out there and do what Shedeur do. Ball, right? So Kevin Stefanski, that is going to expedite his termination, bro. Shedeur go out there and ball, drop 35-40 on him in the big league. Drop 35-40, 300 passing yards, about 4 touchdowns. You know, he go out there and just ball. Y'all don't think that's going to expedite Kevin Stefanski getting fired? Because I think that is.
Whether Stefanski gets fired or not, one thing is clear. Shedeur needs to be extremely careful if he's stepping back on that field with the Browns, because no matter how it looks from the outside, Stefanski's sudden change of attitude doesn't mean he's realized his mistake or suddenly started believing in Shedeur. Not at all. The coach is cornered, and this comeback seems more like a desperate attempt to save his own job rather than giving Shedeur the fair chance he always deserved. Everyone knows the Browns' offense has been a total disaster, and the entire blame is circling around Stefanski. So, playing Shedeur now feels like a cover-up, a way to shift the blame if things go wrong. It's the oldest trick in the book: set someone up to fail, then act like it was their fault all along. And that's exactly why Shedeur has to move with caution. This could easily be Stefanski's final evil play. He knows how bad the team's rhythm and coordination have become. The offense is a mess, the play calling is predictable, and the locker room's energy is broken. So what better way to protect himself than to throw Shedeur into this chaos and watch him destroy if the team loses again? That way, Stefanski can sit back and say, "See? Even Shedeur couldn't fix it," and clean his hands off the blame. That's how dangerous this situation is. Shedeur shouldn't just be careful about his game, he should also watch his health and his trust. Anything can happen, and fans are right to urge him to consider a trade because deep down, everyone knows Stefanski can't be trusted. He's a man who'd rather destroy a player's future than admit he was wrong. And that's exactly the kind of danger Shedeur might be walking back into. Anyways, look at this. This is why Cleveland's next few games are so important. They have to win against the Jets no matter what. The team's confidence is already very low, and another loss could completely break them. This is their last big chance to turn things around, and Shedeur is definitely the right choice to replace the rookie quarterback who's been desperate to play and prove his talent. So let's see how things unfold, because what happens next could change everything for the Browns. If you're a true fan, you know this moment is bigger than just one game. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more breaking updates, rumors, and insider stories straight from the Browns camp. And what do you guys think? Do you want to see Shedeur back with the Browns, or do you think it's better for him to be traded and start fresh somewhere else? Drop your thoughts in the comments.